The horseshoe crabs have begun their annual spring march onto the Delaware Bay beaches in Cape May County. The ancient animals are unaware of the frenetic work that took place over the last 7 weeks to restore these beaches so the crabs could lay their eggs. Last fall, Superstorm Sandy wiped away the sand down to the hard foundation. Hundreds of truckloads of sand were delivered to fill about a mile stretch of beaches. The sand grain size and the slope of the beaches had to meet specific standards.
What they're looking for, they have chemoreceptors on their legs which help them determine if there's peat very close to where they're laying their eggs. You don't want anoxic mucks and hydrogen sulfide coming up and causing problems for the eggs. So they're trying to lay their nests where it's well oxygenated, there's no peat very close to the surface that might hamper egg development. And that's what crabs are doing. Now, when other crabs come up, they unearth the nests of previously laid eggs by other crabs, so that's what brings the eggs to the surface for shorebirds, as well as wave action and other things.
Crews faced a biological deadline to complete the work before the crabs' arrival. By early May, researchers began seeing positive signs.
In the beaches that we've created that are around the creek mouths, we're getting good spawning.
Creating horseshoe crab habitat also included removing the pilings and other debris unearthed by Superstorm Sandy. At Pierce's Point, crews with the Cape May County Mosquito Control Commission removed these structures from the surf.
There's some old structure from when the beach was actually part of the salt marsh. Since the beach has migrated over the years toward the tidal marshes, now these structures are now exposed on the waterward side of the beach.
A coalition of conservation groups, government agencies, and funders came together to undertake this project. The Delaware Bay has the largest population of horseshoe crabs in the world, making it unique and a key feeding ground for migrating shorebirds.
They need a beach of a certain level, certain gradient with certain kinds of grains of sand, and there's only a handful of beaches that meet that description here. So this is a critical area for horseshoe crabs, and because it's where the horseshoe crabs lay their eggs, it's a critical beach for shorebirds to feed on those eggs.
Hundreds of thousands of shorebirds come here to feed on the crab eggs on their way from South America to the Arctic. Volunteers capture and ban red knots so researchers can track their movements.
But actually getting to hold a bird in your hands and know that this little tiny thing with a really fast beating heart came from what is basically the other end of the globe is phenomenal, and then watching it fly away when you let it go.
As this coalition enjoys the success of this program, there is still concern over a call by some to lift New Jersey's ban on harvesting horseshoe crabs for bait. The moratorium was enacted after over-harvesting of the crabs caused a steep drop in the population.
I believe it is too soon. The moratorium has been effective, but we've hardly recovered to a point where the moratorium should be lifted.
I mean, we have a crab population that's at a very low level still. And doesn't show signs of recovering. But now with these habitat losses, we're talking about reduced carrying capacity for that population. So increasing a harvest right at the time the population has lost a major component of habitat is a big mistake.
The decline in the horseshoe crab numbers have also caused a severe drop in the red knot population. 7 environmental groups have petitioned the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to place the red knot on the federal endangered species list and are urging the agency to move quickly before it's too late.
You know, the pressure is on, the pressure is built every year, and that endangered species designation is really vital for ensuring that the red knot population doesn't tip over the edge and fall into the morass that is extinction. We need to list the red knot today so we can get in place the critical protections we need to ensure that they do not, in fact, become extinct.
This restoration project also includes a social outreach program.
What we're trying to do is build a pride, a sense of place among these communities, among the people who live here, so that they understand their value in the big scheme of things for this amazing phenomenon, and that understanding benefits their own quality of life, so that they gain from living and protecting this resource that is so important at a global scale.